Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Yahweh, which is the name of the Most High, and Yahushai, which is the name of the only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And I just wanted to, talk about the whole UFO thing going on, man. Right? Because, if anybody's been paying attention to the news, man, hell, I remember there's a point, man, where, the news agencies, they, make fun of people who were talking about UFOs, right? But now it's coming out, man, that they have to admit that, yeah, these things, they do exist, and the government doesn't know what they are, is what they're saying. But it's at a point now, man, where the sightings of these things, of these UFOs, which are really the chariots of God, but that, I'll get into that a little bit. But they're being seen now, literally every hour around the world, every single day, man. Okay, at this point, you cannot hide it, right? They cannot hide the existence of these things, right? So at one time that, they'd, laugh and ridicule, someone who believed in these things, but now they're coming out and admitting that, yeah, these things are real. We don't know what they are, but yeah, they are real. And they have to admit that, because the truth is, man, these UFOs are actually the chariots of God, right? The angels are inside of these UFOs, right? They trick the world to believe that these are little green men from Mars, so that when these things come, the world will reunite and fight against them, right? And that's what, what's the guy's name? That's what, George Bush, when he was in office, he said that, when the world would unite as one if there's ever an outside force that threatens the earth, right? And you can look that clip up online, man. Okay, of him saying that, and that's the whole plan. Is they deceived the world to believe that these are, invaders from another planet, but in reality, these are actually the armies of Israel, man. These are actually the chariots of the Most High God, man. And I wanted to give a little testimony real quick, man, because I've actually seen these in real life, man. Little orb chariots that are, flying around above us, man. You can see them, right? Last year, man, when I was recording, behind me, there was, a UFO was flying around me the whole damn time that I was recording the video, man. Or it's directly above me. I didn't know it at the time. It was only after, somebody pointed it out, in the, the section down below. In the, the comment section, somebody pointed that out. So I was like, oh, shit. There really is there, man. All praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Right, but these things are, making themselves, known. Anyway, I did want to give a little story. This is going back probably, let's say 4.5 years ago. When I first got into the topic of the UFOs. Now, I've always, I was brought up, believing in the UFOs, right? That they're, some guys out there are teaching that they're, they're demonic, right? There's demons that are, controlling these crafts, or, they call them the, the fallen angels or whatever. That's the main doctrine that Christianity teaches regarding UFOs. But then, that you got these conspiracy guys talking about, all those, otherworldly beings. You know what I'm saying? Which I suppose each of those theories are one in the same in a way, depending on how one looks at it. But, then I came across the theory, or I should say the teaching, primarily from Great Millstone, that these UFOs are actually the chariots of God. So I looked into it, and I was like, I was 50-50, right? Because I was brought up believing something contrary to that. So it's like, could this be true? This could be true, right? This could be true, but it could not be true. It might not be true. All right. So I was wanting to inquire, about this subject. Are these UFOs actually the chariots of Israel? Right? Are these actually the angels in these crafts, or are these, something else? Okay. So anyway, this is a very spiritual thing, man. All right. This is a faith booster right here. So anyway, what happened was, that night I was looking into it, right? I was like, I really don't know, right? I really don't know, if these are actually the chariots that the angels, are in, or whether these are, demonic. Right? I was 50-50 at the time, right? There's good evidence for both sides. So I was like, hey, may Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, reveal to me the answer for this. And guess what happened? All right, the very night that I wanted to acquire about this information, I go to bed that night, and I'm woken up in the morning. And again, this is a true story right here. This really happened. All right, this is this faith booster right here, man. All right, the next morning, I was woken up by, my younger brother, man. And he was, he was scared, man. I could see in his face, he was terrified. I had never seen my brother so, afraid before. And I'm telling the truth, man. I've never seen, him act like that before. He was clearly shaken up by something. So I asked him, what's wrong? What's going on? And again, he, woke me up, right? He's like coming in saying, get up, right? So I was like, yeah, what's going on? So, what ended up happening, and remember, he was probably like, I want to say 7 years old at the time this happened or something like that. But anyway, what happened was, he told me that he saw a UFO out my window. And it was in a dream, he said. He said he had a dream that there was a UFO outside my window. Now, when he said mine, he was referring to my window, right? As in, me, ETT, right? But he just said my window because he was talking from my, my room, from my perspective. Okay, and then I asked him, to go on to describe it. Okay, and I don't remember all the details in particular, but, he went on to describe it, right, that it was bright, right, it was generating heat, right, there was smoke coming from it, it was bright, and then he also described that it was, crystal, right, and again, this is true, man, this really happened, and I could tell that he was shaken up by this, man. Again, 7-year-old having a dream about that, that's a scary thing. As a matter of fact, there's a verse in the scriptures that speak about that the chariots of God are dreadful to look upon. Right? But hey, I matched the description that he gave with the chariots in the scriptures. And it's like, oh yeah, it matches up. The scriptures speak about what? That the UFOs were as pillars of smoke, right? And as pillars of fire. And that they glow. Right? So everything that he gave me clearly matches the description of the chariots in the scriptures, man. All right? So, I took note of that, and I still have it written down somewhere to this day. I'm not sure where the paper is. But just so I wouldn't forget that, man. That was a spiritual thing. Okay? I mean, how does that happen unless that was a divine intervention from a higher form of intelligence right there? I mean, how does that happen? And I also want to say that he's not into, aliens or UFOs or any of that stuff. He as I said, like a little kid, be scared of those kind of things. So he really don't like that. Right? So, I mean, how is it that the very night I want to acquire of this subject, he has this dream? And he describes it to me. And it clearly matches up with what I wanted to acquire about. And again, this is a true story. This really happened. All right. It's an unbelievable thing. I mean, that's clearly not a coincidence, man. Right? That clearly is not a coincidence. It clearly proves that what? That, we got the truth, man. Okay. And that these UFOs are the chariots of Israel. Okay. As I said, I just don't see how that could be a coincidence. Just the timing is just too. It clearly just shows, man, that there was a divine intervention that intervened in that. And to show those things. Okay? But, that was pretty much the story, man. So, to wrap it up, what happened was, I, calmed him down and, had him describe to me what happened. And, we went on with the day. But that was a spiritual thing, man. All right? Because it's like, damn, all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. Right, so now I have the confirmation that, yeah, these are the chariots, man. All right, these are these UFOs, right? Because the word UFO just means unidentifiable flying object. These are the chariots of Israel, man. All right, so, you know, that's pretty much it. You know, just wanted to, share that little, story real quick, man. Right, because I thought that was, just a little thing I wanted to bring up again, man. I remember I shared it last year, in a lesson, but, it's always good to go back over it, man. But, hey, you can clearly see, what's going on in the news right now, man. They're every other day they're talking something about UFOs, man. It's either UFOs or political thing or this this thing that's going on right now. Those are the three trending topics right now everywhere, man. All right, so hey, man, we're clearly in those times, man. All right, that Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, he's about to make his grand appearance, man, and we can see it. Where the scriptures speak about the signs of the times, and we're seeing them, man. All right, everything that who the way they call Christ, which is real name Yahushai, everything that Yahushai told us to look out for, we're clearly seeing it happen every single day all over the world, man. Right, earthquakes, uproars of the people, right, wars, rumors of wars. You just had the whole thing with Israel and what was it, Gaza, right? Just like 3 weeks ago. Right, so hey, man, the scriptures clearly are proving themselves to be true, right? The authenticity of the scriptures is very clear, man. So I mean, at this point, only a damn fool could doubt the authenticity of the book. All right, but anyway, I just wanted to share that story. Hope that your brothers found that edifying. Okay, but anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna say shalom.